I fished with my dad until I graduated from high school. We did fly fishing some, we did some spin fishing, but I've been fishing pretty much all my life.
What I like about fly fishing is that it's so complex. It's not only catching the fish, it's tying the flies, and you're tying something that you're trying to catch a fish with, and when it comes from your own hands and you catch a fish, it's very rewarding.
My name is Silas Ragsdale. I live in Childress, Texas, which is in the southeastern panhandle.
I'm Drew Nippert. I'm from Childress, Texas, and I've been a resident of the Texas Panhandle my entire life.
Well, I like fly fishing for a lot of reasons, but another reason that I like fly fishing are the venues where you do fly fishing. Some of the prettiest places on earth are places where you fly fish. Some don't look they don't look the same. Some are mountainous regions, beautiful peaks and valleys and trees, and others are like this place. Yes, it's stark, but it has beauty. It has its own type beauty.
Driving up on the water and taking a look at it, I really wasn't expecting much, but throughout the day we were catching fish, and it was a great experience. You take a look at these holes, and there's not much water. It's not like pond fishing. It's more of it's almost like a stream or a river, and the character of it is completely different than pond fishing.
Well, the southeastern panhandle is where I live, of course, so you try to do the best you can. If you're a fly fisherman, you try to find places to go where you're close to where you live, and that's what's unusual about this place. This is an arid region. I mean, it's 25 inches of rain or less, I believe is what they say. So you don't get a lot of rainfall. There's not a lot of lush vegetation. There's not a lot of big water. So you have to take advantage of your opportunities, and that's what this fishery is. It's an opportunity. It's 30 miles from our home, and it's such an unusual place.
Driving up on the water and taking a look at it, I didn't have many expectations, but throughout the day we were catching fish, and it was a really cool experience. You take a look at the water, and it's almost like a stream. It's not like a pond where you sit and throw your line. You're actually having to hide yourself from the fish and make sure that they can't see you and whatnot, and it's just the character of it is completely different than pond fishing. I've probably fished probably at least 10 times throughout the last 2 months. We've come down here, and we've had 3 or 4 holes that we know they're fish in, and we know that we're going to catch a few. But recently, we've taken our gear and we're hiking like 3/4 of a mile, and we're finding new water, and it's the same thing. It's just it's so strange to see these little holes yet catch fish that are completely native.
There's something about fly fishing. You know, as an adult, you have certain times that you want to get out away from things. And one of the great things about fly fishing is it requires so much concentration. Yeah, you're reading the water, you're reading what the fish are doing, what the insects are doing. You're paying attention to everything. You wake up one morning, you go fishing, you look around, and the day's gone. You know, it just seems like it went so quickly, but you've had a satisfying day, a fun day, and not one time did you ever think about business.
When I first came to the Pease River, I didn't really know what to expect. I mean, I've been here in programs and whatnot throughout my high school career, but it's real rough and it's rugged, and I didn't know that that there were fish in this area.
It's an unusual setting because this is a river. I mean, it looks like little series of ponds, but that's not what it is. There's a river running underneath this, and where you see the ponds or where the river bubbles up. This is water percolating to the surface. This is a water table issue. That's why it's so unusual. Because I mean, I tell this to people downstate, my friends down, where I grew up, and they think it's just unbelievable that I can fish in such a place as this.
And so we came, and it was great. I caught a ton of fish. They're all native fish, which is just so unlikely or so rare in this part of the country. Mostly you go to stock ponds and you're catching fish that have been put in there and they've matured over the years, but this is something that the fish are already here. And so, it's rewarding to be able to catch a fish that isn't stocked.
The one thing that really surprises me is how these fish survive and it's almost amazing. Last year we had temperatures up to 117 degrees in this part of Texas. We had a record drought, worst drought in 50 years. I was just really depressed about what this fishery would be like when we got back this year. No, it's not the same as it was last year. We caught a lot more fish last year, but they survived. The thing about this place, we don't do anything but catch and release. You can't take these fish out of their environment because there's such a delicate balance of where they live. If they don't, you take too many out, you're not going to have any come the next time you come back. Because if you have a dry year, you're going to lose a lot of fish anyway. So if you take some out, you're making it worse. You're exacerbating the problem. I just appreciate this place so much. I hope that other people that fish here decide to fish here, I hope they appreciate it for what it is as well. It's an extremely unusual place. Treat it well, but treat these fish well.